My name is Daniel, and in this program I'm taking on a journey. So, welcome to Traveljack's Journey. Hello and welcome to the Traveljack's slideshows. Now this is going to be a slideshow of basically things I did between June and January, whereas I didn't have a video editing program. The first slideshow is this one, and in the month of March, between the 6th of March and the 11th of March, I did a week of train journeys where I went on some journeys. Here's day one. Right, the first day of the week of journeys, I decided with a group of friends to go down the Heart of Wales line, which returns between Shrewsbury and Swansea via Llanbrynaf. Now we started by catching a class 158 up to Carsws. The stations we stopped at were Wellington, Shrewsbury, Welshpool, Newtown and Carsws. The train we rode on, it weren't bad, it was 158825, nice ride it was. Then we had about 20 minutes at Carsws. Then we jumped on 158838. We sat in Shrewsbury for about an hour, which wasn't too bad. And then we jumped on the 1008, I think it is, Arriva Trains Wales service to Swansea via the Heart of Wales line, which was one of these trains. So I'll just bring it around the corner for you. Bear with me. That's right, a 153. Quite a lot of stations along that route. We stopped at Llanbrynaf for about 20 minutes. It went too bad, a lovely ride it was. The scenery was absolutely fantastic. Here's some photos coming out of the route and the train we had. Right, that's the end of the photos. When we got down to Swansea, we jumped on the Great Western Railway service to Cardiff Central. That's nice, right? And then we jumped on the Arriva Trains Wales Premier service back to Shrewsbury. It called it Newport, Abergwenny, Buntyport, Newton, Cumbraen, Hereford and Shrewsbury. Lovely ride that was. And when we got back to Telford, Shrewsbury, we jumped on the train back to Telford. Sat now, Ben and Chris joined me on that one. Thank you guys for that. Now, if you buy one of these tickets, that is a Heart of Wales line Day Ranger. It allows you to do a complete loop in one day with a rail guide. It's £25.75. If you get one of them, it gives you, it allows you to go one that goes from Shrewsbury to Shrewsbury via the Heart of Wales line and up through Cardiff that way, through Hereford, or you can do Shrewsbury to Hereford into Cardiff, then Cardiff to Swansea, and Swansea to the Heart of Wales line. I recommend you do the Heart of Wales line first because there's only 4 trains a day down there. Here comes day 2. For day 2, we went to Holyhead. Jumped on a 175 from Telford to Chester, and then we jumped on 158821, which did Llandudno Junction, Bangor and Holyhead. Here's some photos of what Holyhead was like, and including the train we got back. Now, the train we caught back was the Ruby Trains Wales locomotive hurdled service. That went all the way to Chester, and we got back to Chester. We jumped on a 158 back to Telford Central. That's the end of day 2. Coming up next is day 3. For day 3, I did my first ever journey to London, and I decided to jump on the coach from Telford. Here's the ticket. Hang on. Ticket looked like that. Yeah, I left Telford at 5:30 in the morning. Quite an early start. I got down to London. Yeah, it said we got there for 10:20. We didn't get there till about 11 o'clock. Because of how busy the traffic was getting into London. Very busy it was in London. When I was in London, I visited Oxford Street. Here's the photos. After Oxford Street, we went all the way up to Paddington, and we had to sign in there, but Paddington, they had no problems whatsoever. They didn't mind, they just asked us a couple of questions, but Paddington was absolutely friendly with us. And while I was there, we saw a brand new GWR Class 387, very nice trains they were. A couple of HSTs. Here's some photos of London Paddington Station and some of the trains. The next stop when we went to London was St Pancras International, because I wanted to go and see 2 trains I'd never seen before, the Eurostar trains and the Class 395's Javelins. We pulled up at St Pancras International, asked if we could do a bit of train spotting, and they said, yeah, no worries, go ahead. When you come back through the boundaries, let us know and we'll let you through. Absolutely brilliant they were. Here's some photos of the Eurostar trains and the Javelin trains. While we were travelling around London, we used one of these tickets. That is a Zone 1 to 6 travel card. It cost £12.30 each. And while I was in London, we had 2.
Mind the gap.
Thank you very much for that. And I've got myself a couple of tube maps. We had a ride on the, if I can remember rightly, Victoria, Central Line, Jubilee, Hammersmith and City, Circle Line, because we went on the S-Dock trains. Very nice trains they were. And also, whilst I was in London, I was on the hunt for a rare map. Now, I believe these maps you can't find, these are very hard to find, the night tube maps. I went to quite a few stations around the London area and I couldn't find one except one location. I saw them and I thought, right, I've got to get a load of these. So I did. So if you can get hold of one of these are very rare. Basically, they were night tube on certain trains on a Friday and a Saturday night. London was absolutely fantastic. Here comes day 4. Day 4. It was my birthday, so we went to, you've guessed it, Pwllheli. Oh. We had 2 fantastic trains, 15835 took us all from Macomber up to Pwllheli. Here's the photos. Coming back from Pwllheli, we had 15823, very nice ride it was. I loved it, loved that day, brilliant. Here comes the final day, which is day 5, here it comes next. Day 5, Aberystwyth and the Vale of Ryder Railway to Devil's Bridge. Now we caught the train to Aberystwyth. When we got to Aberystwyth we went to Devil's Bridge. Very nice ride it was. It takes an hour in each direction. Here's the photos. That's it from day 5. Now originally I wasn't going to put this bit in, I was actually going to put it in as a separate show. This is the York. Now on Tuesday the 11th of April, Alcox were doing a trip to York. So we decided to tag along. Here's the coach. Right, when we got to York, we decided to go and visit the National Railway Museum, which I haven't done before. It's absolutely free to get in, which we love on this programme. If it's free, we love it. And you can pick yourself a guidebook, a souvenir guidebook. You can do that. Whilst we were there, they were giving out, well, they were letting you have a ride on one of our steam trains. Now you to ride in the brake van. That's what we did. Here's a photo. Here's a few photos of the National Railway Museum. I should also point out that the National Railway Museum also has a miniature railway. That's the ticket, what it looks like. When we finished the National Railway Museum, we went to York train station. Very nice station it was. We did some train spotting that didn't have any problems. Here's a few photos of York, including a Class 1 5 and a Pacer bus. Why did we take a photo of them? I don't know. That's because of the trains. And of course, on this show we'll take photos of anyway. So here's a few photos of York train station and a few of the trains. Now, in the afternoon of York, we decided to jump on a city sightseeing tour bus, which they look like, believe it or not, I've actually got a model of one. Them. If you go on one of them, they give you open tours around the country, right, in certain locations. Tickets are valid for 24 hours. So the minute you buy a ticket, it's valid for 24 hours. That's how a ticket will look like. A lovely tour it was. Absolutely enjoyed it. Here's a few photos, and including the tour bus itself. That's it from this edition of Travel Jack's Journey slideshows. If I don't film any programmes, I might do a few slideshows. Then say quite good. I hope you've enjoyed this particular slideshow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Travel Jack's Journeys, which will be towards the end of June. I will reveal it at the start of that episode, and I hope you've liked the brand new theme tune. Hope you've enjoyed that. Bye for now. Bye bye.